Okay, so I happen to have a confession. Not that it needs to be a confession. This is not 100% my natural hair. It's relaxed.
Absolutely.
What's up guys, and welcome back to another Shiro, because Shiro plus video equates to Shiro, and I'm glad that you're back to see what I have next to offer. So for those of you who have been watching my most recent videos, you may have been under the impression that my hair naturally looks this way. However, I am here to debunk that impression because today I will be textlaxing my hair myself at home. I'm not good at this at all. In fact, now that my hair is longer, it's much harder for me to get the results that I want. However, the aim has never been to get it completely straight. I actually like it when it almost looks natural. I don't use texturizers because I find that they don't work on my hair. Like it's like putting milk on my hair. Like guys, my hair is so fussy that even when I was a full-on relaxed girl, I could never ever use the normal relaxers. If the extra strength was not on the shelf, guys, mission aborted. We will sit tight and wait because normal relaxers cannot, and I mean they cannot, get my hair straight. Let's just say she's a fighter. So since March of 2019, when I went bald, I have been relaxing my hair different ways, and I am yet to figure out what actually works for me. I'm not giving you guys an in-depth look at technique or the instruction manual. I am showing you my thought process and also roughly how I execute the process. So to prepare, guys, I do what my mom always taught me to do because she was always very cautious with me when it came to relaxing my hair. Bless her heart. She was the only one who was allowed to touch my hair with relaxer till I was 12. Anyway, my mom's rule was that I had to wait 2 weeks after washing my hair before relaxing. Mind you, that's what the instructions say, but these girls out here don't listen. Felicia takes out her braids on Monday, rocks up on Tuesday looking like she's been baptized with relaxer, and by the end of the month, do you know what she's saying? Do you know what she's saying?
Where is my egg? Where did they go? I don't understand anything. The life don't make sense no more.
Just wait 2 weeks, guys. Regardless. Today is actually the first time I've waited this long, so I do have a lot of dandruff. My advice to you is just wait till you have dandruff. Oh, disgusting. But it means it's time. Next, wear something old and arm your edges, girls, with Vaseline. Lastly, wear proper gloves so that you can be aware of where the chemical is going and also where it hasn't gone. Now, just so you guys know, the brand that I'll be using is ORS's Normal. You see that word? Normal relaxer. I tried using the extra strength last time, so I'm opting for the normal one. So before you start, guys, look at the clock. I don't use a timer just because it makes me more anxious. So what I do is I take a small clock and I set it to a whole figure just so that I know from which point I started. So I suggest you start at like 12 o'clock sharp. That's where you set your clock. And from there on, you don't have to do the math of how much time has passed and how much time you have left. So now that my hair is longer, I actually can part it into 4 sections a little bit. I don't use clip-ins or anything, but I can feel and be able to make a stiff parting and my hair will stay in position. And I usually start from the intersection because that is where the hair is the toughest to deal with. I actually find that the nape of my hair is where I get the best results, so that's the area that I don't have to worry about. This time round, I do however have the plan of fixing the top section of my hair because sometime back in one of my sessions, I thought it would be a clever idea to mix only half of the product. So now this area is really off in texture in comparison to the rest of my head, and I really begin to notice it once I wash my hair because this area remains poofed up compared to the rest of the head even when it's drying down. The last place you ever apply relaxer, guys, is your edges. I think this is my favorite part because properly done edges just take your look from an 8 to a 10. Like your hair can be messed up, but if your edges are on point, it just makes it look like it was planned to be that way. So because my hair is very resilient, I find that I can stay with relaxer on longer than most, especially since my scalp isn't really sensitive. I'm not tender-headed. So how long I stay with the relaxer on after I'm done applying it is dependent on 1, how well of a job I did, and also 2, how much time has already passed. So now the point has arrived where we have to get it out. My mother has always taught me that I need to make sure that every speck of relaxer is out of my hair. So even if it meant shampooing my hair 8 times, we were gonna shampoo it 8 times. However, nowadays I typically aim for around 5 shampoos before I give myself the green light. Do not scratch the chemical out of your hair, guys. Your scalp already feels exploited enough at this point, so just use the tips of your fingers without using your nails. Conditioning is such a critical step, guys. I noticed that even as good as my results used to be when I was fully relaxed, and as great as my hairdressers were, they would breeze through this step. Like, they would leave it on for 5 minutes without heat and then rinse it out. First of all, did my hair even have enough time to absorb any of those nutrients? Second of all, I was a student, guys. Okay, so in relation to that budget, that stuff is expensive, and just to feel it go down the drain is a form of torture. Anywho, I leave my conditioner in for between 45 minutes to an hour before rinsing it out. Okay guys, so styling is where you do you, okay? I personally don't use heat just because it messes up the curl pattern. But as for the products I use, well, that's for a different video. Okay guys, so now you have seen how I TEXLAX my hair. I will say that I didn't get the results that I wanted. The roof of my head is still a texture which is not aligned with the rest of my hair. Like, the texture at the back of my head was what I was aiming for, but I haven't reached there. Plus my hair is longer, so I might have to cut it, but we shall see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Did the curtain just move? Wow, did I? Oh wow, I have strong lungs.